well, I just went over this, but I had to restart my stream. So I fixed my looking ability so I can look up and down now. I have the negate YZ on the input action for look. And what we really needed to do is what we didn't do. Was we needed to enable the use pawn control rotation. Click that for our character blueprint. And now we're able to look up and down, left, right, jump, go forward, backward, left, right. Pair character. So now we got that done. So that's good. Let's see. 1 second. Now. I just clicked that off because we have that made. We just did the movement. There's probably some more like tasks I need to do to further develop that, I guess. But now we can go ahead and maybe create a health system for our character. Maybe a projectile to shoot the mobs. And then once we make all of that, we can pretty much just copy paste it onto our mob characters for the most part with some different changes. But for now, we can just go ahead and put together our little health menu. To do that, let me think. We're going to need to set our health. Trying to remember.
That's crazy.
So we'll go ahead. We need to create some variables.
The ceremony that's about to happen for the cousin right now is so cute.
So first variable, we need to create a health variable. This is going to be a float. We're putting it as a float because we're going to need to do some percentage work later. Probably to like do some calculations with percentages. So integers might not work too well. And then we'll do a max health. That's a float as well. Let's see. Can't remember how to do this exactly.
What's the ear? It's their perfect match. She must be like super clumsy and the wife that heals everything.
So we got our variables. We have to set the variables now. So our max health, I guess we can just do a placeholder for 100.
They're helping in their best
How do
way, man.
I guess we'll set it. Set max health to 100. We'll set our health to 100 because we want to start 100. And then we'll have this check and change as we take damage. So probably want to create a custom event, maybe set health, maybe something like that for the character. Not sure if this is how we should do it, but that's how it's going right now. Let's see. I've done a lot of this before in the past, but you kind of forget once you move on to the next thing you're trying to solve. Kind of forget what you just did. It's been so long. Click variable. Where can we set the default value?
So the nurseries for
We set it here.
once they get
Default
their
value.
first
Oh, I have to
family,
compile it.
it opens a
Okay.
window that has stuff regarding
So I didn't need to put this here yet.
the flower
I was
girl
trying to figure out why it wasn't showing up.
and the weather girl has a
Because it wasn't compiled.
Like, you get a themed room
Okay,
during the
okay.
ceremony. So she's been stuck in the nursery.
Let's see.
And that's her bedroom because she never got a bed. So now she's just stuck here.
Current
It's so
health.
fucking sad.
Okay, we have our health variable, max health variable. We just set the default values to 100. Okay, so we want this to be 0. And we're going to set its value at the begin play.
It's all mine.
Um, now we gotta move on to initialize our health for our character. So we want to set our health, set health to equal. Oh man, we're getting busy up here already. Too much going on. Okay, let's move this down. Okay. So our current health of 100
Should pick up the fucking donkeys.
equals our max health. How am I
Huh?
supposed to do this?
I don't know. Makes sense.
I don't know why, I just can't figure this out. Okay. I get our max health. So we were setting our current health to our max health. So when we spawn in, we start with 100 HP or our max health. Otherwise, we wouldn't start with health. So we need that. All right,
It's crazy
so
to be a shapeshifter.
let's see. We're not going to see this in game yet. Because we haven't added everything yet. But now our health is at 100. Or I guess we're beginning. We just started the game. We just set our health to equal our max health. This is player movement, so we might have to shift some stuff around up here because it's going to get pretty busy.
All his name is up there above the doors.
Once we start adding more things like our respawn, like our location where we want to spawn in. But,
Oh, he's so cute.
okay, so the next step we need to do is take damage. So let's see. So now we're going to create an event. So this will be take damage. I guess we got to create the event first. Take damage. I kind of just want to name this damage, but we'll just do take damage. Alright, so now we're creating the custom event. It wants me to add an input. Click plus under inputs in the details pane. Oh, I think I'm just dumb. Alright, so now we want to do damage amount. Probably change this to a float. Yep. And subtract this damage from our current health, so we'll do health. How's this? Take damage. Yeah, I want to set for the health. So damage amount. So you have to take damage event, current health, minus damage amount, subtract, like that, something like that.
Yeah. His gift is
Because with the health minus damage, not sure if it goes top down there. Which one's A? It says A minus B. I assume this is A. This is B. So what? Take the health, subtract the damage from it, and let's set this to our current health.
You know, like when your mom's like, clean your room, but you're like, the party's not in my room. This whole party's gonna be in Bro's room.
All right.
The capybara is crazy.
So we could add a clamp float node so our health doesn't go below 0. I don't know. What does that even mean? Add a clamp float node. Clamp. Float. Okay. Minimum 0. And our maximum.
That's a big cat.
What would we want? Max health. So that can change later. In case we want to scale our health. Minimum of 0. Probably here, like this. This is probably the setup that we want. So we're taking take damage event, our current health minus the amount that's being damaged. And then we have this clamp float, so we don't go below 0. And then we have our get max health for the max. And then we'll set all of that. And this will be our new health. So our health will be the current health minus the damage taken, basically. That'll be our new health. It's cool. I guess. Alright. So we got our health kind of set up here. And we got our damage set up a little bit. Let's see. I don't really want to create a die event. I don't want to really die. Do I? I mean, I want the character to kind of go into a state of death. Like if they were to fail. But then I also want them to respawn. So we could create a dead variable, I guess. So after we set the health, we could do like a check health. We could do check health. Branch condition less, or let's see, if it is equal to 0, let's do our health. If our health's equal to 0, then I want the character to die. We gotta create a new custom event. Death. What you call it? Death. Pawn death. The player will. Death's kind. Yeah, death seems kind of dumb there. Let's change this to die. Probably didn't have to delete that actually. All right, so now.
I see, that's so cute.
If the health is equal to 0, meaning they have no HP left, then they will die. So it gets a little organized here. Alright, so now we gotta create our die event. So what's gonna happen whenever this die event's triggered? Okay, so now we really need to make probably another variable. An isDead variable of some sort. Is dead. So once they're dead, change it to Boolean because it's going to be yes or no variable. There's not going to be any numbers attached that I think. Yeah, I don't think there is.
But they're all partying.
Okay, so we'll do. We gotta add the die event in. Alright. So we're gonna do a set is dead. Check. So we're gonna add a node. Disable input. So now the character can't move or do anything, which we'll probably have to change later.
We should get the fan up.
Or we could do, instead of disabling input, just disable movement. That's probably better actually. But Okay, we'll just disable player input for now. We'll see how it goes. Disable input. Because there's a bunch of things we could do here. We could make it play like a death animation, then set up a respawn. We definitely want to do a respawn. Definitely want to have a respawn because we don't want to die and then that be it. Disable input, disable movement. Okay. All right, so we can test this, apparently. Let's actually comment this real quick so we don't get confused later. Die, event, damage, event. Okay, must compile, save, make sure everything still works, and then we can test to make sure that our damage works. So we can go back into our character BP here, and then at the end of this, we can do take damage 200. Actually, let's do a delay. Delay, so we can run around for a little bit before we take damage. We don't want to insta die. Let's do 5 seconds, and then we'll take 100 damage. All right, let's see. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Hey, Davey, what's going on? So yeah, we just spawn, we're able to move. Now what's gonna happen? 5 seconds later, we should die. Yep, we can't move anymore, so all that logic works. Cool. So yeah, so now we have our damage event. We have our HP setup, and we have our die event. Cool. Now let's go back. Let's see what we need to do now. What did I move to trash?
We can also
Okay.
take it at first.
We created our health. We also created death events. Take damage. Wish we could do like some other things. So now we gotta create an attack, which to do like in a fire event, we gotta create a projectile. What just happened to all my stuff? Why did my stuff get deleted? For some reason, I clicked restore,
She gets mad so easy.
but now it's deleted. I literally just set up a kind of like a chart, keep track of everything else
Yes,
doing, and
exactly.
now it's all gone. That's cool. Very
Is that
cool.
thing
I don't know
killed?
how to get that back. That's so annoying. Like it's just gone now. Version history, maybe? Yeah, let's just go back to yesterday's version. Alright. We restored it. but there's nothing here.
He was
cool.
baby.
What did I do? I just completely broke this. That's so annoying, man. I'll have to fix it later, whatever. We'll just go ahead and fix.
My favorite song is coming up. But my favorite song in this movie. There's too many songs.
Got too many tabs open. Alright, we can go ahead and fix this, fix up a projectile. Yeah, our character is just a cylinder right now, but that's alright. We'll have to model up something at some time, then add like a mesh to it. We'll see, we'll see. So under player, we can create a new blueprint class. We want this to be an actor, I believe. And we want this to be player projectile underscore BP. We can go in here. Let's see. We want to add a cylinder. Okay. I guess that's fun.
Yo, I don't want to fight Cerberus.
Whatever. Why did it change it to R? Let's add a mesh. Static mesh. Is that what we need? I don't even know. Maybe it's not what we need. Okay, I don't think that's what we need. Let's just search this up real quick. All right, so we had our actor blueprint here. Add sphere collision. Okay, that's what we needed, sphere collision. We want this to be the root. So now this is kind of like our collision barrier. So if anything comes into contact with this mesh on the outside, then they'll be hit by the projectile pretty much.
Valkycorn.
Do we want it smaller? Oh no. Unless we make this smaller. We can make it like that. We'll keep it. I want to keep it pretty big, just for visual effect. Where did that go? Where was that? We gotta click on this. Okay. Change this back to like 30. Yeah, that's good. We want to block all dynamic for this. And our collision. Overlap all dynamic.
Damn,
Or just all dynamic. I want to block all dynamic. Then we can add a static mesh.
The donkeys.
I guess we don't really need a static mesh. But we'll do it. I don't know why not. Static mesh. Can't even see it. Am I like blind? Like, there's nothing here to see. Whatever, man. Collision on the mesh. Collision. All right. Now we want to add some projectile movement component.
I like Bruno's room. It's kind of fun.
Let's see. We want to change our speed, velocity. Not sure what these exact numbers are. Is that where we need to change? It's looking like it. Bounce. Oh, here's speed. I'm just blind. It's all the way at the top. Initial speed. We don't want it to drop off or anything. We just keep it constant. 2000. We don't want this to bounce.
Okay. His room is like a giant sand dune. So fucking cool.
And we don't want this to have any drop off, so we don't want gravity to play any factor into this. Okay, now once let's go to the sphere collision. And what? Make it deal damage on hit. Select sphere collision. Sphere collision. Where is this?
The bird.
On component hit.
Yeah, okay, how are we gonna get that? The bird is
Okay, so
it's like, bitch, don't even.
or whatever your collision route is. So we got a spear. Okay. On hit. So when it hits something.
The rats.
And now we want to apply damage. Okay. The damage actor. Player. We gotta set this all up. Base damage, let's do 50 because I want to be OP. But not too OP. Event instigator controller. What? So other actor is damaged actor. Get instigator controller. And then damage causer would be self. What would that be? How would we line that up? What do you mean?
She has
Damage
feelings.
causer. Self. The projectile itself. But how do we... character. I don't even know what to do for that. Let's see. Projectile actor. Self. Oh, get a reference to self. Oh my goodness. I'm a real piece of work. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Alright, figured that out. So now we're applying damage. Now we want this to destroy, so we do destroy actor. Alright, so now our projectile is doing damage. So now we want to create an event called like a fire event, so we can fire the projectile for our character. So we'll do a custom event, fire event. So we let's see. All right, it wants us to add an arrow. We have an arrow component, but we don't have an arrow. And we just want this. So this will be kind of like where we're shooting from.
This is another good song.
This will be kind of like our spawn point reference for the projectile that we're shooting.
He's so supportive.
It wants us to rename this as the muzzle, apparently. Alright, so we have our fire event set up. Spawn actor from class. We want this to be our projectile BP that we just made. Spawn transform, get world transform.
I love her.
And we want the muzzle. So this will spawn on our muzzle of a gun, perhaps, that we don't have yet. But we just want everything to work before we start making models and all of that. That's not very important. We want the game to work first. So we'll deal with that at a later time. Looks like we're gonna have to move some of this. All right, so we're spawning our actor, spawning our projectile. So we're gonna need to get an input for firing. Okay. So let's go. Let's make a new folder here to put our stuff in. Let's move all these to here. Let's move this in here too. All right. So now let's make a new input action. We'll name this fire underscore input action. Okay. So this will be it. Now, how do we bind? For some reason, I'm just like can't figure. I haven't used the enhanced input actions previously since they've been added, really. Even though I just did this earlier. So I think we gotta go to the mapping. Okay, yeah. So we'll do our fire. Go down here. This will be a left mouse click. I think that's all we have to do. Save that. Save this. Okay. We want fire commands. How do we want to do this? Where does this get connected at? I did name it fire, right? Fire input action. We don't. Is this it? Man, what is going on? It says connected to the fire custom event. Let's see if I can get this figured out. Connect the fire input action to the custom event.
Yes.
Event graph. Character.
Isn't that Wednesday?
Input action. Fire action.
Instead of speaking like oh shit, it's like oh she.
Okay, so this is an event that we have to set up somehow.
Yeah. That's so funny.
How do we do this though?
Yeah,
Like, how do
look
we
at this,
connect
repeat
this to
person,
this
like,
event?
3 different people here.
It doesn't make any sense.
Look.
Oh man, this is rough.
Oh, the cracks in the ground.
Okay. So we have to do this. Okay, so this should work apparently.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot I was supposed to die. I forgot to change that back. Okay, we don't want to die anymore. Okay.
She's covering the grass.
Holy. Okay, what? Oh, I fell off. Why is it shooting so much? Like, I'm just clicking
Please.
once and it shoots like 10.
Why are the animals putting it together?
That is crazy. We need to put a do once on this. Do once. So we don't have 5 million of these spawning all at once. Let's see if that fixes it.
The baby.
Okay, now it's not doing anything.
Yay.
Okay. Put that back. Maybe we need to put it here. After? Do once? No, doesn't make sense. A pawn trigger. Do the fire event once. I mean, that makes sense. There we go. Okay.
Okay.
Now we're only able to fire once. Oh man, this is rough.
Fuck rats.
I don't know, man. So we can do it once. Do once reset. Okay, let's see. We're on the right track here. We're on the right track. My projectile to fire 1 per mouse click.
Bruno.
Or a loop.
He's just living in the
I guess maybe I'd want it to
like a
loop.
menace.
Um,
Why is the house like this?
I just don't understand why it's shooting so much. It was like shooting like 10 per.
He's like, I've been avoiding. He jumped over that thing like he's been avoiding it for years, and he's like, oh, this isn't even a.
Digital type in the input action? It is digital. Input mapping context. Left mouse button is only bound once for IA. Yeah, it's only once.
He's very superstitious.
Okay. How
Okay, Okay.
can I get the
This accent.
fire event to
is
loop
ridiculous.
when I hold the left mouse button? Okay, so fire event? Okay, so are we able to do it's knocking me back everywhere. This is insane. Like I'm not even moving, I'm just flying. What is going on? This is insane. I can't even shoot when standing still. Okay, there's something wrong with this, and I think it's in the projectile blueprint. I don't know why it's doing that. Like,
That's New York.
it doesn't make any sense.
That's very northern. Complete opposite of what we were talking about yesterday.
Why is it going so
The voice
fast?
actor who plays the
Projectile
Pete
movement.
Sprite New York City.
Let's see. I don't know.
Yeah. So the more south,
Okay,
the words get long.
on projectile
Because they're drawn.
does not shoot.
They're
I am
clear,
standing
unnecessary.
still.
In the north, everything is short, direct, straight to the point.
Oh,
But it's really
why did it
nice to,
shoot?
like, yeah.
Are you serious?
This is the New York.
It only shoots when I'm also clicking a key. The shooting just moves me around the map. Like, why is there such freaking kickback on this? It's insane.
Oh, my heart.
Okay, it's not even like what? Um, muzzle get world location. Okay, we get world location. Then camera. world rotation. And now it wants us to connect this here. What is going on, man? Why do I got all this stuff going on? Why is it having me do all sorts of stuff? Get world transform. Muzzle. Okay, it's set up how we just had it. Do we need another one? No, it does make sense. World rotation. I don't want to set. I'm gonna get. I don't know what I'm doing, bro. It doesn't make any sense. Like, first of all, I'm shooting. It's not even there. Like, what? Like, what is this? What is this? Are you serious? It's insane. My projectile does not consistently spawn when clicking left mouse. But
The kid with the coffee.
make sure multiple are not selected. Okay, so this might be why. Okay, it spawned one. I'm clicking the left mouse, nothing's happening. I don't even know what this is, bro. What is this? This is insane. Give me a headache.
He's so cute. He's like, thanks.
Spawn location.
The capybara just fucking running in circles. Kills. cool as fuck.
And we have our spawn point muzzle. Get world transformer, get world location. I get different answers to the same problem. Get world location. Okay, let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. What the hell is this, man? Is this a joke?
Oh god.
Yeah, that's why. I understand. It is firing where I'm looking.
Oh,
Like, maybe I keep it under the camera.
exactly.
What is the animation? Like, why does it keep doing that? Strange, man, strange. We also want this to destroy. I guess we didn't set that up.
I'm drinking water.
Like if it doesn't hit. Delay for 3 seconds. We'll just do 1 second, make sure it works. I just typed 1 in. Okay, I didn't. Destroy actor. Maybe there's just too many actors going on at once. I don't even know. Okay, that didn't work. I can't even move now. I'm like, I feel like it's just spawning inside of me. I feel like that's the issue. And I have no idea how to fix that. Like, it's not like, maybe the projectile is just too long and it's going back into the character. Let's just move it far away, I guess. Let's move it out there. Let's see what happens. Like, what is that? Why is it? Like, what is this? What is this? Sometimes when I let go, it doesn't even fire one. That's the weird part. Like, I'm clicking it. Like, what? Why is it like just like when I don't let go, it just sits there like this? I don't want that. What is that? I mean, it is firing correctly now. So I think the issue was that it was literally just sitting inside of us. Oh, it was too close. I mean, that's what it seems like.
Give me a hug.
So we can't really make it much smaller. We can't make it smaller. That's actually good because now we can bring it back closer to us. I want it to be like right here. Let's see if that works. I mean, it seems like it's in front of us. I think it's still a little too close. Doesn't seem consistent. Like, I want it to shoot. Like, I don't want it to just sit here like that. I need it to shoot. Like, as soon as I click. Not like gather energy and just sit there. Okay. It works. It shoots now. But I need it to fire instantly. Not when I release. It doesn't fire immediately when I press. Dude, I swear these programs are so dumb, man. Like, what am I supposed to do about this? It's on triggered. Left mouse click.
The fucking donkeys. She just keeps punching him in
I don't
the
know.
face and it's
I
wonderful.
can't figure this out, so I think we'll just move on. We'll fix it later. But for now, we can fire, so that's cool. Not every time we let mouse click that it fires. Sometimes it chooses not to. So I don't know. We'll just have to figure that out later. And all of my project stuff just deleted, so I don't even know what I had planned next because it's all gone. Let's see if I can go back to that version control thing. Version history. Because we want this one maybe. At 402. Restore. Okay, I think we got it put back together a little bit here. I want this to be a table. Turn into table. Where's that? Or just a bulleted list. I guess that's good because now I can create subsections of each. All right, cool. All right, so this is all messed up now. I'll have to fix this later, but this is what I'm working with. So we just did our attack. We can shoot projectile now. So we pretty much finished up the player character for now. And now what we need to do is create our mob character. So this mob character will be almost the exact same as player character, but we're not going to be controlling the character, so we're not going to have the same amount of controls and movement to implement, I don't think. So let's save everything. Let's go mobs. Okay, we got our mob character. So all this is pretty useless because our player isn't going to be inputting anything through a input system like a keyboard, because they're a program that's not taking input. So what we need to do probably is create a different system. Let's see. So we do need to create a nav mesh so that the player can move around. Can't stop sneezing. So I believe over here we click nav mesh. Maybe not.
It's alright, she'll build it again.
The level, we're on the level. Place actors. Apparently there's a place actors panel somewhere. Oh. Drag it into your level, scale it. Okay, we need a nav mesh. Alright, so now we have our nav mesh in our level here. From the top down here. Jeez. Get rid of this.
Does everyone have gray hair?
What is delete? All right, so now we have this mesh that we can spawn our enemies in, and they can move around in this and all of that. And we can make this better later. Okay, we gotta fix that. It's shooting not in the direction that we're facing. That's cool. So yeah, we got the nav mesh set up. Okay, AI controller. We have it made.
Wait, so whose kid is Bruno? Is it her kid?
We got a lot to do here. We gotta create perception. We gotta create
Funny
all
that,
sorts of stuff.
Yeah, so it's the two girls. It's her mom, Mirabelle's mom, and then the ginger mom, and then Bruno. Those are the three kids. So okay, so he's like one of the main. So I was trying to figure out, I was like, who the fuck he belonged to. So he doesn't have any kids or anything. He's just that one uncle.
What? They have. Oh, I'm dumb. I gotta go to my character blueprint, class defaults, and then our pawn. We want this to use
Jesus.
AI controller class. We want this to use this controller. So our character here will use our mob controller to move and stuff. And we gotta set that up and all that.
Shower
AI move 2. Alright, so we want our AI to move. I don't know what the correct distance is. We'll just do 1,000 radius.
sun.
So our target actor, we want it to move to us. Just get some. Eventually, we're trying to build a tower defense game, so we'll want it to switch between one or the other, the tower or the player, depending on the radius. So overall, it'll go towards the tower, but if the player is within range or like defenses are within a certain radius, we want to, or like let's say the mob takes damage within a defense that's within a certain radius, then it would attack that defense instead of going for the tower. That's down the road once we get all that set up. For now, we want this to attack or go after the player. So get player character.
What the fuck? Fucking Bruno, man.
Compile save.
Oh, she's hugging everyone now. What if that fix it?
We have to add a movement to this. I don't think so. Let's spawn one of these guys in.
This okay. What's his name? I forgot.
Let's see what happens. So they are literally just a cylinder, just like me. Oh, we gotta fix this. We don't want a camera and all this on our AI.
He's like, come on into the rubble.
No camera. Okay. Let's get rid of this. How did we bring this up? I want to get rid of this panel here. And I already forgot how we did that. There we go. Alright, let's see what happens. There it is. Yeah, it's not moving because we haven't really done anything to it. Okay, and our shooting is still... Well, let's line this up here.
Let it go.
Alright, so it's... Our projectiles are working good because they're just getting destroyed upon collision. So that's good. Alright. So we got our mob set up, so that's good. Obviously there's still a lot of work to do there.
This guy had his broken nose. Feels so bad.
The nav mesh is set up. Everything's green. Ooh, what's this? This is an object. We gotta fix this. Why is it like that? So
Why
it
does it
can't
look so
move
sad?
because I'm pretty sure.
It's like, where's he getting it from? Okay. He's trying to mirror everything.
Okay, so this is normal.
Doorknob fell off
Okay.
of the door this morning. It's just sitting on the counter right now. I can't get out. Oh my god. It just reminded me of it. So I was like, oh, my door.
Okay, let's make sure everything is assigned properly, I guess. Let's see. We got our character. Mob controller BP.
Oh yeah, we need to know what it means.
I just don't.
I think it's back.
Get player character.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not right.
I love how colorful the fucking building is. You know, earlier when you were like, the whole house is mine, it seriously is. Alright, the whole town, come on in. Oh no.
Okay. I mean, it looks like everything's set up correctly.
They would blame it on him, but it wasn't.
Get player character.
It was like people were writing their own future based on the things they asked him to see, type deal. I can't think. Like like on their wedding day, how they were like, there wasn't a cloud in the sky.
How do I change
It was like, oh, it's gonna rain.
the movement speed
Because he
of
saw
my
rain
character?
in the future because the lady controlled the weather.
Movement.
She made it rain.
Okay, maybe it's in here.
Like she couldn't control her movement.
Movement.
He's like, yeah, it's gonna rain because she controls the weather.
Speed?
It's a hurricane because she freaked
Hello?
out.
Maximum custom movement speed.
Yeah. Well, because
600 centimeters a second. Is that fast? Orient rotation to movement. What? Rotation to movement?
you know that's funny because right
True.
now it was so dark earlier, and I just looked outside. But it's
Okay, compile.
it's good. I don't know if there's any more.
Um,
I feel like there should be. There's like a lot of stuff.
On
here.
success.
Yeah.
You might have to set up a blackboard or a behavior
It
tree
looks
or
like
something.
It's just credits. Okay, this is
Let's
a
see.
lot of- yeah. Wow.
Within radius. Do I need to make it higher? I feel like
More than 20.
feel like I should be within radius. Set to 1,000. It's supposed to move towards me somehow. Yeah, not sure. Well, we did end up setting it up, so that's cool. I just don't understand why it's not moving. I'm probably missing something. I mean, I obviously am, but let's see what all we got done. We created the blueprint for the mob character. Movement's not working. We haven't created health or attacks or spawn point or anything. We need to fix the player character. So
I was reading
fix the
something like
shooting
one of her powers, and it's like
or the
because of
firing
the butterflies on her
projectile
dress, like her dress is coated in
to
butterflies. So it's like
shoot
she's the candle.
where
Because the candle can burn
player
her.
is facing.
So like she's the new candle. So she's the new foundation.
Okay. And we need to fix the projectile somehow because it is broken. I don't know what's going on with it. Fix the projectile from stuttering. That's good.
The candle is covered
That's good, I guess.
And at the end, Mirabelle.
Stuttering kind of defines it, I think. Just it seems like it wants to shoot, but it doesn't. I don't know what it's doing. And then we'll move on to this other stuff. Yeah, I guess we'll just do a recap of what we did today, because I kind of want to go do something else now. So we did our player character. We got our movement working. We went to, let's see. We made the movement input here, and then in our thing here, we put this in negate. We made a modifier for our look, negate. And then what really made this movement look work is we went into player character and we did the pawn. It was pawn. Was it here? Was it character movement? Pawn. Where was it?
Yeah, it's the same movie. I like how this one is like.
I don't think it was here. I think it was in the player controller. No, we don't have a controller. Okay, I already forgot. How do I? Luli just did this earlier.
Oh, this.
How did I
this
already
one
forget?
was so fucking cute. This also came out the same time as that movie we just watched.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Maybe it was use controller rotation yaw.
Like a bunch of kids
That might have been it. For some reason I thought it had pawn in it.
Yeah, watch that one.
Okay. That wasn't it. Am I really this bad at this? Okay, found it. Under camera, obviously, because we're gonna be rotating the camera, so it would be under camera. Use pawn control rotation. So this makes it so we can look up and down. If we turn it off, compile, save. We cannot look up and down anymore. We can just look left and right. So, bam. That's how we fix that issue. What else did we do? We made our we set our health up. So we did basically we made some variables. Health, max health is dead. So we made a take damage event. We set our health here, so our max health is defaulted to 100. 100 here. And so we have our health Or I guess we take damage. Yes, when we take damage, it's subtracted for our current health. And then that's set to our health. So whatever damage we take, our new health is. Yeah, it's just our new health. And then if our health equals 0, then we'll die. On spawn, we have it so our health is our max health. So we have 100 HP on spawn. Eventually, when we die, we need to create a respawn event. Let's go ahead and put that in our to-do list. Let's see. Respawn. Okay. So we'll need to do that. Save. Yeah. And then calling on our die event. So branch die, boom. This is what it will do. It'll disable the input whenever is dead is true, the variable. It'll disable input and disable character movement. So once we die, we can't do anything. And that's where it's at right now. Let's comment this. Firing, just a fire event for now. So we have it set up so we will spawn our projectile whenever we left click, whenever we fire, so that it'll shoot. So right now, I think get world transform. Yeah, so that's that. It spawns our projectile whenever we do the fire event. This is our fire event here. Our input action calls the fire event. So when we left click, calls the fire event, spawns our projectile. Cool. Cool. We also need to figure out how to destroy a projectile. Okay, we fixed it shooting. We still have this going on. So we could attach some HP to our mob here, and then we'll be able to destroy it. That'd be cool. Maybe we'll do that in the next session. So we set that up. Projectile here. Basically, we set a sphere. We put a sphere mesh, sphere component with a static mesh here. That cylinder as like the object, so it looks like we got the projectile movement, so we can adjust the speed and all that. And so whenever we hit something here, it'll apply damage. So as we shoot the other characters or actors, they'll do 50 damage. And then the projectile will destroy upon hit. Cool stuff. We have our mob character set up with the cylinder. Nothing crazy going on. We're gonna have to delete all this because this is useless. This is probably why it won't move, actually. I didn't even test that. No, it's still not moving. Yeah, still not moving. Alright, but we got our mob controller BP. Yeah, this is a work in progress because it's not doing anything at the moment. It's supposed to make the mob walk towards me as I was if I was in a 1000 radius, but it doesn't do that. So we made our fire input action to left click. Fire input action didn't do anything here. And that was basically today's session. So we got a decent amount of stuff done, so that's good. And then I will try and go live again tomorrow. We can maybe fix some stuff. We fixed this just now. So yeah, pretty cool. All right. Now I think I'm going to do something else. All right, well, thanks for watching and hope to see you next time.